Hey everybody, welcome back to HitPoint, the JRPG news show, an anime news show, the niche news show where Baku and I talk about everything and anything that catches our interest and or ire. And guys, some things have caught our ire this week. We'll be previewing some trailers, talking about some industry news, responding to a voicemail that we actually got. Holy cow, we'll be responding to super chats also towards the end of the show. We stream live every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and except for last week when Baku had to do some stinking charity stream or something. What was that all about? What was that all about, man? You and your charitying. Are they not my friend too? Are they not my friend too? Well, touche. Oh, Baku, hang on, buddy. Your ninja. Yeah, no sound from Baku. Oh. Well, that's okay. Here, I think I can, here, go ahead and talk again here for a second. Nope, that didn't do it. All right. The most professional stream on all of YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. It is.
How about now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, great.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Live technical
you know
support.
What it was? We were using Discord sound for the interview.
For the last interview.
Yeah. The video ninja didn't catch. Anyways, let's try that again. Yeah.
So what was that charity stream all about anyway?
The charity stream, you said.
Yeah.
Well, so the friend of us, our friends, Divatron 9000, fellow streamer on Twitch, she decided to do a show near my area on Saturday, and then on Sunday we were thinking, hey, it'd be fun if we got together IRL and just hang out and do like in real life collab, or we call the offline collabs. Have you ever heard of that term before? Offline collab?
It sounds like an oxymoron. I mean, just on the face of it, it sounds like, oh yeah, we did a collab.
Where that came from?
Where did that come from?
It came from like the COVID times. So like when you do collabs, it's online collabs. We're collaborating online.
Yeah.
So if we're collaborating offline, that means that we're meeting in person offline to do a collaboration.
Yeah.
So it was an offline collab. That's the proper terminology, guys. Okay. Now you know. We did an offline collab. And for those who don't know, Divatron 9000, she's actually, and this is true, a classically trained opera singer, soprano. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
wow.
And she's told me a story about going to Italy and just being like treated like royalty, like a freaking celebrity because, so I was like, why don't you move to Italy? She's like, I want to move there so bad. People treat me like a god. She's an opera singer. So she did her show on Saturday. So we decided to do a cooking thing. She's vegetarian.
She is a diva. Holy cow.
No, she's literally a diva. Like, that's where she got her name, Divatron 9000. She is an actual diva. She is a trained, classically trained opera singer.
99.95% of the time when a gal calls themselves a diva, they just mean high maintenance. But this time...
No.
This time they actually mean it like literal.
Yep. She's a professional opera singer. She does that for a living, not a hobby. That's her living.
That's pretty sick. Yeah. That's pretty awesome, man.
We watched the show. Oh my God. The thing about her is that I know that she does this for a living, but when you listen to her live, it's just like you look at her and you're like, how are you able to produce this sound Like it's just such a beautiful but very high like pitch sound, but it's very pleasant, right? And it's like, how do you produce this sound from your mouth hole? Like, like how's that possible? That's coming out of a person. How does a person project like this? It's an incredible experience watching it live. But anyways, we did a cooking show. We're now at something. Our team is now at something like $5,700, something to that effect. $5,700. Yeah,
no kidding.
Yeah, our goal is $10,000, so we're well past the halfway mark. And we haven't even done our raid train yet, which is November. So I really fully expect us to smash the 10,000 goal. I'm strongly considering just increasing the goal. But yeah, or thinking about like a next set of goal already. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have any like fun team goals or like incentives for us to do for charity, please let me know. I want to make it fun for people to come watch. We are going to be doing a raid train that starts in October 31st, featuring something like 24 different streamers on Twitch. It's going to be great. And maybe we'll like sneak a Derek in there somehow. Like, we'll see.
That could be fun.
I'd be to talk to him about it.
You'll have to get my what's the word? Consent.
To talk to your manager, is that it? Like,
no, I mean, you'll just have to make sure I'm aware of it when it happens. Just get some like hidden camera footage of SuperDerek on your charity stream.
Just, like brushing his teeth, like what? What's going on?
some Truman Show stuff.
Oh, that was a good movie. It was one of those few movies that I actually watched and remembered. Yeah.
I know. Back. Oh man, it was back when you could make a movie about a guy who's just like on camera all the time in front of people, and people were like, "Oh my god, that's horrifying," and then a certain number of people were like, "That sounds profitable." What if I was Truman?
What if I put myself on camera? So yeah, so that's all the charity stuff. Just one more piece of thing that I'm really proud of, and I shared it on Twitter. As of yesterday, I think, I finally received the lifetime challenge from Extra Life. They have a lifetime $10,000 challenge. So if you're a person who is able to raise $10,000 or more for Extra Life, they'll give you like a special like challenge coin.
Oh,
so I got that as of yesterday. So I've reached my $10,000 lifetime goal. I'm on like the the Hall of Fame now. On
oh, that's really cool.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, and that's about the biggest achievement you can ever get with Extra Life. It's just did you get the $10,000 thing? It's like, oh yeah, that's your lifetime. So like their goals are typically like annual. So like you hit this milestone this year.
Yeah.
And this milestone this year. The $10,000 one, that's a lifetime thing. So like if you raise $1,000 a year for 10 years, then there you go. You hit your 10,000 or something to that effect.
So you make it really hard to like follow up any of what you just said with like, oh, here's what I've been doing this week.
I've raised a total of $10,000 or more for Extra Life, and our team is going to raise 10,000 more.
Okay, so I got to play a game. Yeah, that's what I did this week. I got to play a game it was really fun, and
I didn't get to play a game this weekend, so you got me beat.
You guys should go check out. It's free. It's a free demo of Last Moon. Do you remember seeing this?
I saw your thing about that.
Dude, it's fun. It's
is
really,
it a
really
demo, or is it like
it's a demo right now, and it'll take, if you're like really on it, you can finish it in maybe an hour and a half or so.
Oh.
But if you get the hard mode bug like I did, it might take you a lot longer. Go check out the video, but go check out the demo. It really strikes me as like this weird marriage between Secret of Mana and a Zelda game, because it's definitely got action adventure components, but it's also definitely action RPG components. But the art is like a hand drawn Mana style. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And
man,
Yeah, and it
Should
runs
we play
okay
the
on
video and talk a little bit about it today? 'Cause
Oh,
I haven't seen this.
of
Wait, no. Did we not talk about this through Indie Quest?
I think we talked about it on. Gosh, I know that it was on Indie World Showcase, and
Yeah.
we might have talked about it then. But it was just a
Sure we
very
did.
brief moment in time where it was actually in the indie showcase. But like it's
Well, you
it's
know what?
solid,
Maybe
man.
we'll talk about it today proper. Tell you what, once we move into the news, maybe I'll just like sneak something in towards the end. And yeah,
Sounds good.
cool beans.
All right. Well, anyways, let's move on to actually maybe talking about some of the news, because we got a couple of new games that were announced. Oh, I should probably change the section here to talk about this. New game announcements.
Dun, dun,
Starting
dun, dun.
with, well, I guess it's yours. I have the next
Yes,
one highlighted.
starting with me.
Yeah,
Hi.
starting with Baku.
Because I have to take this one because I am a big East fan, and Falcom announced that their upcoming crossover game East versus Trails in the Sky Alternative Saga will be released in the West on October 10th. This time. This time is going to be, like, we're putting our foot down. It's going to be October 10th. New trailer. Let's take a look at it.
All right, let's check it out.
Long ago, it befell that a being from time immemorial cast the land of Xanadu into chaos. He was the Dragon King, Galsus, bearer of fearsome magic
Xanadu.
and life eternal.
Adol, could I ask you to lend me your strength in the fight to save Xanadu?
So it's a, so it's
Just
a,
leave it to me.
is it a crossover episode with Xanadu as well then?
Settle this.
No, Xanadu's not in there. Maybe this is like a Xanadu prequel. Like, this is the event that happened prior to Xanadu.
Maybe.
We don't know. We're just making stuff up, right, guys?
And Japanese.
We're supposed to be fighting the dragon, not each other.
Let's cut the chit chat and get this show on the road.
That guy sounds just like Dogi.
Without a fight.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It is Dogi.
What?
Adol, just as you forge new paths of your
Oh,
own,
man.
so too do you spark the fire
It's
of
got
adventure
everybody
in
that's
others.
awesome in it.
Never stop inspiring those
I like-
around you.
I like that all of the good Falcom characters are here.
Truly am glad to have met
All
you.
of
all
them.
the good ones
Join
are
a
here.
world-crossing battle of faded
All of the
heroes.
only good ones.
East versus Trails in the Sky. Alternative Saga.
That's exciting. Yeah. So that's coming out on the 10th. That's pretty rad.
Exciting stuff, man, on the 10th. And that is coming out on what system, you ask? PS4, PS5, Switch, PC, and PC via Steam, and the physical version will be available through limited run games, with more details coming soon. Remember that?
All right.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun, I think. I'm curious. You gave me this one from developer Devora Studios. They've announced a much anticipated sequel to their Coma series of 2D survival horror games. I knew it.
Oh my god, yes.
It's called.
I knew you'd be interested. You're so excited.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I like Trails in the Sky just as much as the next guy, but Baku's like, I'm a fan of East, so I got to talk about this one. Derek can talk about Coma 3 Bloodlines. All right, fine. I see how it is. The game will take place in Seoul, Korea, as had the previous entry in the and drop the player into a school where they must escape the nightmare dimension called the Coma.
The Coma.
All right, let's check out
so the previous two games has been kind of a cult hit. I've seen people stream it. It's a really cool looking game. Let's take a look.
All right. Oh, by the way, Flippy was asking about what kind of game East versus Trails is. It's a versus fighting game, isn't it?
It's like a versus fighting. It's some kind of crossover. I'm still not sure what to call it, to be honest. They call it a fighting game, but I'm like, okay.
It's like if an action RPG were turned into a versus fighter,
Yeah.
I think.
So the Coma series is obviously survival horror. I believe it is by a Korean studio, and that's why the games all take place in Korea. And you typically play as a student of some sort in the school building where you have to, those games from like yesteryears where
Oh
you
yeah,
have
like
sort
Bloody
of like
Mary.
a narrow hallway and you run back and forth and into doors and out and like in a kind of like a Metroidvania kind of sort of deal. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh yeah, kind
There
of.
was this one game that they remade
Like-
some time ago. This horror game that remade some time ago, and it's kind of like that, where you kind of run on like on the x-axis back and forth, and you have to avoid monsters.
Kind of like Friday the 13th on NES.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah,
And you can like go up and down through different doorways to like turn right or left or whatever. Yeah.
Check your map. You have to grab items. You have to avoid
Yeah.
enemies. So it's like
That's just
kind
Friday
of
the
survival
13th.
horror.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, but apparently the story is amazing. So if you guys are into that kind of horror game, please check it out. The Coma 1 and 2, I've seen people stream it. They had a lot of fun. So if you've never heard this game before, or this series, it's kind of a cult hit. So please check it out. Coming
to
again,
coming to PC in 26. Yeah.
Okay. So you covered a horror game. I'm gonna cover a new game called Sushi Ben. Well, it's not really a new game, but let me explain. From the creators of Hatoful Boyfriend. I don't know if you guys ever played Hatoful Boyfriend before, but have you ever heard of Hatoful Boyfriend?
What is that? That's not the horse boyfriend, is it? Or
no, it's the pigeon. It's the bird boyfriend.
Okay,
It's the bird one.
Okay.
Yeah, hato means like pigeon in Japanese, so they call it a hatoful boyfriend. It's kind of like a play on word, like heart and hato. It's like So, anyways, they decide to have birds as like the guys that you can like it's a what is it called? It's an otome game where you play as like a female, right? And
sure.
They're all these like male birds who are trying to win your affection, right?
Yeah. I feel like if that was ever. I feel like if that was ever localized in the U.S., they should have called it lovey-dovey because pigeons are doves. Did you know that? It's
that
the same
would be
bird.
hilarious. Oh yeah, doves are just like pure like pigeons with no colors, like and they're symbol of purity. And I'm like, no, they're still sky rats. What are you talking about? It's just with a different coat, like
albino rats, though. So different.
So Hatoful Boyfriend, it's it's actually kind of interesting too, because like in the animal world, like birds, for birds, like the male are typically the very flamboyant and like the really pretty ones who attract the females, right? Like think pigeons or like the paradise birds, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Anyways, Big Brain Studios announced their newest entry is an anime-style interactive adventure game called Sushi Ben for PC via Steam. Let's take a look at the trailer so you know what this is about. This looks very interesting. I wanted to share it. Now, this is not a new game per se, and because I say that because this game was released originally in 2023 for VR, which is also why we never talked about it because we don't deal with VR. But it is now coming out to Steam with flat screen support, which means you can just play it like a normal game. You don't have to use the VR headset. Or if you have VR headset that's attached to, Steam or whatever, you could also do that, right? So, yeah.
Okay. What in the... I think I saw a guy just like punching people. and then I saw somebody fish a businessman out of a river.
The people who made this game made Hatoful Boyfriend, so with just a pigeon dating simulator. So I'm just saying,
guy punched a pigeon.
expect those kind of quirkiness from it. I just want to bring it up because I like quirky games.
I am intrigued.
Yes. All right, and I forgot to write when this game is coming. No, this game is coming out sometime this year. Let's just say that.
Sometime.
Because it is.
Sure.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, no,
No, sorry.
that's
It's
good
coming out
enough.
September 18th.
Oh, okay.
Which is in 4 days.
Sometime this year in 4 days.
Only on PC via Steam.
I mean, what hour though?
What hour?
Yeah.
Probably midnight. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, so inaccurate. All right.
The best podcast in the most professional podcast on YouTube.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, we have from developer Makey Games and Richie Cedric Design. They've announced the new tactical RPG called Rise Eterna II, which places the player in the middle of an ongoing war between two families coveting the kingdom's throne and one plotting her revenge. Yeah, dude, it's kind of nuts how many strategy RPGs have just been like taking over my entire month, because there was like Grey Heritage recently, and now there's this, and before Grey Heritage there was another one, and then we also have Final Fantasy Tactics
I'm
Remake.
This is kind of like
Fire Emblem-ish.
instead of Fire Emblem, it looks more like Ogre Battler.
Ogre Battle. Oh, okay.
Well, there's some kind of like mix in between. Like there is that, but like you can place multiple.
Shining Force, maybe.
Yeah, maybe Shining Force. You can place multiple character in a squad. It looks like. I can't say for sure, but what I saw earlier, if you like go back, like you see like multiple characters in like a squad.
Yeah. That's.
Let me go back. Yeah, like this right here.
Oh yeah,
You see
yeah.
how like there are multiple characters in a squad.
Yes, I see that. So they like fight alongside each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't
That
know
is-
if that's like just because they're standing next to each other kind of deal, or do you actually do a squadron? So that would be interesting to see. Like
It is
how this
really
actually
cool.
plays. Yeah, that's a pretty cool game.
I'm
Happy to
definitely
see
interested.
tactical RPGs.
Yeah, tactic RPGs, man, they have been just going nuts. Oh, I did see Bancho Tactics is on sale on Steam. It's
I
it's
saw
like half
that,
off
yes.
right now. Because
I
it's
saw
on my
that.
wish list. Yeah. So, anyways, it's coming. This is coming out again. Rise Eterna 2 is a sequel to guess what? Rise Eterna 1. It's coming out on October 9, 2025 here. It's coming for PS4, the Xbox One, Switch, and PC via Steam. And guess what? Because it's on PS4, you can also play it on PS5. And then because it's on Switch, you could also probably play it on Switch too, if you wanted to.
Probably.
If you wanted to. You know.
Or you could just pick PC because that's the safe choice nowadays. You don't worry about anything. It just
Feels really bad to say that now. But I am slowly finding myself more intrigued by PC gaming. I think we'll talk about that a bit more this later on today.
Only downside is no physical games.
Oh, dude. However, did you see? Oh, God, there's a guy who released a new distro of Linux. It's meant to just have an SD card slot in the front, and you can put in a properly formatted SD card, and it will launch a game directly from that, like treating an SD card like a cartridge essentially.
Oh wow!
It's really weird. I don't know exactly how it works, but I'll send you more info on it later. But yeah, it's looking like physical media is going to be on PC after all, maybe.
Oh boy, I need to see this.
Yeah.
All right. So moving forward, do we have any Mega Man fans in the house? Because Capcom just announced that they're.
I only like Rockman.
You only like Rockman?
Yep.
I wonder if people know the whole Mega Man Rockman thing. Anyways, Capcom just announced their new Legacy collection, which, as you've known, there has been a couple already. The newest one will star Mega Man Star Force.
Yeah.
Star.
Well done. I kind of appreciate that, Baku. Thank you.
I'm trying to make your day.
Kind of reaching across the aisle here. I dig
That's
that.
the olive brand.
I
Mega
love
Man
it a
Star
lot.
Force Legacy Collection, which will include a couple of games: Mega Man Star Force Leo, Star Force Dragons, Star Force Pegasus, Mega Man Star Force 2 Zerker X Ninja. What is Zerker? Star Force 2 Zerker X Saurian. And then Mega Man Star Force 3 Black Ace and Red Joker. So, I'm guessing it's kind of like a Pokemon situation where like you're supposed to have, a copy, and then you're supposed to be able to play with your friends and trade things and etc. Kind of like the Network series, right? So yeah, so it's kind of an extension of that. I've never played Star Force personally, but we do have a video, so we can take a look at what the gameplay actually looks like.
Alrighty. Was there very much gameplay in this announcement trailer? I can't remember. Let's check it out.
I can't remember either.
I
mean, how hard would it be to put gameplay in there? I mean,
very difficult, Baku.
it came out like 20 years ago. Okay, Capcom. They're really not showing us gameplay. They're refusing to show us gameplay. They're not showing us gameplay. But you know what? If you
Capcom's
did
like,
want to see gameplay, just type up Mega Man Star Force. You'll find the gameplay. This is not a new game.
Capcom was really like, let's not show people what the gameplay looks like actually. We'll sell more. We made the calculated decision that maybe showing the gameplay might not sell as many copies.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, you know what? If Capcom decides to do something, it's hard for me to argue against them, unless it's anti-consumer, because they're winning so hard right now. I'm just like, maybe there is like brilliance in the madness, right? So
yeah,
we'll see. Anyways, that's coming to 2026 to all modern platforms except for the Switch 2. But as Derek mentioned, chances are it'll come to Switch 2.
Legitimately. Yeah. Any like a Nintendo DS Nintendo DS game that is running on a Switch should run on a Switch 2 just as fine. It should.
It's just not officially announced, but I'm just giving you verbatim what they had told us.
Yeah.
So
but let's be real. If it was released on Switch 2, it'd be a download code anyway. So just get the Switch copy. It's fine that way. Copy. Yeah.
Now, speaking of the Switch, and we can't not talk about Nintendo. Well, Nintendo Direct happened in September 12th. Did you know that? Did you know there was a Nintendo Direct?
I did know that. I streamed it live over on twitch.tv/SuperDerek
And I also streamed it live.
Did you really?
Twitch.tv/Bakusan OG. By live, I mean live of me watching it late, like hours after.
Okay. I was like, I didn't see you on, but okay.
It's live for me. I mean, I was live, so yeah.
That's the thing. As a man between jobs, I was able to do it in real time.
But yeah, they dropped a lot of games in there that they're worth talking about. So let's talk about it. Some of them are Nintendo games, some of them are not Nintendo games, some of them are Switch 2 exclusive, some of them are actually not and just happens to be lumped in. That's when they announced it. So
yeah,
start us off, Mr. Derek. What do we have?
Well, we have Hyrule Warriors, Brian. We have Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. Starting off, where you can actually play as Zelda and other allies against Danganronpa and his evil forces.
You guys wish for it, Legend of Zelda. Oh, you know what's like? The irony is this game is not called Legend of Zelda.
Is it not? It just says Hyrule.
It's Hyrule Warriors. That's the full name. Hyrule.
There's no Zelda
Warriors.
in it.
Yeah, it's not Legend of Zelda. It's Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment.
They should have called it Legend of Link. Let's check out the trailer.
I think they should call it Legend of Link. Very on the nose.
You ever notice how like trailers now have trailers? Like
trailers within trailers?
Yeah, a lot of trailers today just don't trust that you'll actually watch the trailer, so they show like like that first part we just watched, a 15-second like pre-trailer
Montage.
trailer. And then they actually have the trailer that follows. But it's because I suspect for a couple of reasons. One, there's the YouTube like 5 seconds before you can skip an ad sort of deal. So they have like, let's fit everything we can into this 5 seconds. But also I feel like it's brain rot, you know, just TikTok has made it so people can't pay attention to something for longer than 10 seconds before getting bored.
I mean, I don't know. I have a slightly different take on that one because you know what they say about like starting you on a hook, right? So maybe that's the hook.
Could be
You
be
know what
that
I mean?
too. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, look, that's Zelda's like hot grandmother.
Depending on the pair.
Is it? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Could be.
No, it is. Well, I mean, it might not be grandmother, but it's definitely Zelda's ancestor right there. And they were saying that is like the first queen of Hyrule. So they're Hyrule royalty, and obviously Zelda is Hyrule royalty, so it's their ancestor. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Hot
spoilers.
Great grandmother.
I feel so spoiled right now because I still haven't played Tears of the Kingdom or
Yeah,
anything.
I
really.
think this is supposed to happen like at the same time as
Well, it's
like
it's a
one of the
prequel
games.
though, isn't it? I think it's a prequel.
Is it a prequel or is it a concurrent like thing?
I think it's a prequel.
Remember.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that it shows the events leading up to Tears of the Kingdom. Because is during Tears of the Kingdom she's like, I don't know, stuck somewhere. I don't know.
I thought Zelda. That's Zelda. I thought I thought Link was the one who was stuck somewhere. But
Oh, that
I-
could
I-
be too.
so one of them is stuck somewhere.
What do I know? I haven't played the game.
And neither have I. I've only seen like a stream here and there. Yeah, sorry.
I'm such
All
a
the
fake
Zelda
fan.
fans right now are like seething, just like, come on, guys, get it right. Let me tell you the full timeline.
I mean,
Hey, look, if you want to tell us
There
the
is
full
probably
timeline of
some-
Zelda, just give us a call. We have a voicemail. Just drop us a voicemail of the full
Buddy,
timeline, and we'll
I don't
have like an
I
abridged
don't
version.
I don't know if Google Voice allows you to record things that long. But okay, let's move along
okay.
here. So this game is coming out on the 6th of November. It's coming out on the Switch 2, and that's it.
All right. This is kind of funny because I didn't expect this. Game Freak in collaboration with Koei Tecmo. What? Is bringing us a whole new title based on the Pokemon franchise, and it is not Pokemon Warriors, surprisingly.
Oh gosh.
or Pokemon Gaiden either. But that would be hilarious if they had Pokemon Gaiden, because there's like a ninja Pokemon, right?
Yeah,
anyways.
there's a few, I think.
Yeah, that would be so. I would play it if they had Pokemon Gaiden. Anyways, this new game is called Pokemon Pokopia, a life simulation game, which again, didn't expect that from Koei Tecmo, where players will play as well the Pokemons effectively to create their own little paradise. Let's take a look at that game.
All right, dude. Amy, I think she's really gonna want this game.
Oh yeah.
When I saw this, I was like,
but
yeah.
you need to get her a Switch 2.
Well, that's the trouble, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it only on Switch 2? I guess it.
Yes, it is.
Bummer.
Which I will announce again later.
But yeah, I saw this and I was like at this
It
point
is
in the trailer.
not scary at all. Not scary at all. Like,
By this
what
point in the-
happened here? If you think about it, it's like, what? A Ditto just came out of the Pokeball out of nowhere?
Well,
That
its
implies
trainer
someone
must
had
have.
caught them.
I think its trainer must have died or something and left its.
I'm saying though, and there's just like a destroyed like Pokedex like next to it. Like, what is this? What are you trying to hint at here with the lore? It's kind of dark. Like, there's no human. Like, are we all dead? Is that it? Like,
We don't know. I don't know.
Scary.
I guess when you beat the game, you'll probably find your actual trainer that all these Pokemon belonged to.
Yes, and then the trainer just catches them all over again, and then remove them from this paradise that they built.
Yep.
That was all I can think about when I was watching this trailer. So like, they get really happy, they build houses, they have farms, and they're living happily ever after. And now I'm like, wouldn't it be a shame if Pokemon trainers just walk by and just cut all of them?
Just cut all 101
and put them all in a PC where they live in solitude.
Catch all 101 and then subject them to dog fights for the rest of their lives.
Oh no. Look at how happy they are. They're like, building a community and everything.
Yeah.
They got little tables and chairs and farms. And then a trainer just walks by, just like, Pokeball, 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 Pokeball. And all just get kidnapped and taken away from their home. Think about that the next time you play Pokemon.
Okay, plot twist. They're all just living in Safari Zone right now.
Oh, jeez. This is all a PC, or this is all a PC like.
It's the
emulation.
Matrix.
It's
They're
the
in the
Matrix,
Matrix.
Yeah. This
That's
is what
exactly
happens when you store them in the PC. They live in Minecraft, basically.
But just like the Matrix, they have to be put to like some sort of like non-utopia, because if it was a real utopia, they wouldn't believe in the system. They would reject it, just like in real
Offer them
the real
red pill and
Matrix.
the blue pill.
So,
all right. So
honestly, I think that
Pokopia.
looks kind of neat. I mean, it looks like PokeQuest builders, basically.
Yeah.
That's kinda my
You know
main
what?
takeaway.
Like, it might not be for everyone, especially for some of our audience, but I do know a couple of friends who are like really into life sims who are like, oh my God, I'm going to sink 800 hours in this. I'm like, well, there you go. That's your demographic right there. One of my friends.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Yeah, it's coming 2026 on Switch 2. Switch 2, Derek.
Oh yeah. So that's gonna Switch 2. Got it. So yeah, that's gonna help ease some of the pain of having to wait a little longer for your next Animal Crossing release, I guess. Oh, what's
That's
this?
probably what it is. Oh, what's this?
So yeah, speaking of Koei Tecmo, they have also announced that they will be releasing the remake of Fatal Frame 2, promptly called Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake. And this remake is receiving a complete overhaul from visual to sound and controls and everything. And we have a trailer for it as well. So let's get ready to be super excited about a survival horror game again.
Derek loves horror games, guys.
This is my favorite.
Loves horror games.
I love it so friggin' much.
Horror games. Yeah, so I guess they're on the remake train. They're gonna remake all the Fatal Frame games, which I'm actually kind of glad. Like, some of these are like stuck in like ancient systems, and there's like no real way to play them.
Did they remake the Clock Tower games at all?
I don't remember, because I actually don't follow the Fatal Frame series personally. I followed like Resident Evil or something like that. But I mean, now that they're remaking the games, I'll actually play them.
I think Clock Tower is a different series, but I feel like it might be related. I don't remember entirely though.
I can't tell you, but maybe chat can tell us.
Finally, we're one.
Looks pretty.
That it do.
I mean, Koei Tecmo makes great games, so I don't know. Like they've never like not make pretty looking games that actually plays well. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this one is coming. We actually have a date on this one, which is pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the trailer just said early 26, but the real date is February 5th, 2026, and it's coming to PS5, the Xbox Series, the Switch 2, and PC via Steam.
That is indeed early 26.
Yeah.
They didn't lie. You know what else is being remade, Mr. Derek? I mean, if you weren't reading this, you would have read this one instead. Spike Chunsoft announced the remake of Danganronpa 2 called Danganronpa 2 X2. I hope that's how it's pronounced, because
I called it
in Japan,
2x2, but I don't even know.
2x2.
Too square.
In Japan, the X, like the pronunciation of the X in the title is optional a lot of times. So I don't know. Maybe it's just Danganronpa 2. Anyways, it will feature revamped visuals and a brand new scenario with different victims and culprits. And they've said that the brand new scenario will be as long as the original game.
That's pretty cool. It's always fun to see games with like new alternate paths and routes and stuff, and like, yeah.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that it's going to be like SMT 5 Vengeance, right? Where like you can pick the original game route, or you can go like completely different route and just start from the beginning. And so it's like 2 whole games that you get to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the same characters but different circumstances, right? I think it would be something like that, but we'll see. We'll take a look at the trailer for all the Danganronpa fans out there. Rejoice!
All right, let me. I just realized I didn't have it in our playlist, so let me add it on there real quick. All right, Danganronpa. Oh, it's just in a weird order.
Yeah, I'll remove the other one.
All right. I really kind of liked what they did with the cutout style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When
You seem pretty out.
the trailer actually shows it.
You know, when it's done for purpose, it's nice.
Yeah, because it's like kind of a pop-up book almost.
Yeah. Instead of done out of like, you know,
System constraints or something.
Yeah.
Then it's like it's part of the visual style now, almost like Paper Mario-ish.
I was gonna say budget constraint, but you're nicer than me.
Oh, it didn't even
Technology,
show it
so-
right now, I guess, but
Yeah.
I thought it showed like one of them like spinning around a little bit.
I
And
think it was like a longer trailer that did on the actual.
Yeah.
But we got this from like
yeah.
Chun,
But they-
Spike Chunsoft themselves.
Yeah, they incorporated it into the actual trailer itself. It looks like they're incorporating the 2D cutout kind of almost like a Paper Mario-ish. And I like that. I like how they did that.
Where like it flips on a 3D axis, but it's 2D,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's cool. I like it. But you know, Danganronpa is not exactly foreign for people who like, you know, very stylistic games. And certainly
true.
is known to be very stylistic. So yeah, I'd love to see that come back. This is coming sometime in 2026 on PS5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, and PC via Steam. So many ways to play this.
Nice. All right. Well, next up we have a Metroid Prime 4 launch date on Switch 2 and accompanying trailer. So let's check that out as well.
People have been waiting for this one. I don't really follow Metroid at all, but I think a lot of people are really trying to get into this game. I don't know. Like, was Metroid Prime good? I haven't really seen people play it.
People say that it's really good. Like some
Yeah.
people really love Metroid Prime, and then 4 took forever to be properly announced, and like, because like the original trilogy was all on Nintendo, well, GameCube, I think, and then there was a port to the Wii plus a new entry on Wii, I think, but not Prime 4. Now this is Prime 4, and
Like
the driving around thing looks pretty cool. Like this is an expansion on that.
Tron kind of thing.
Kind of, it reminds me of. Did you ever have a Nintendo 64 growing up?
No.
There was a motorcycle racer called G-Force that it really reminds me of. It was so much fun.
Oh, I've heard of G-Force, but I've never actually played it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, GameCube had Prime 1 and 2. Prime 3 was on the Wii only. And there was, and they released it as a
skipped the
trilogy.
Switch.
There was a Wii Metroid Prime trilogy release where it had all 3 games, but that's like got stupid expensive.
Ooh.
Yeah, it got.
There you go. It's on the Switch, in the Switch 2 probably. Because I don't know, is it on Switch and Switch 2?
Well, it said that at the start of the trailer that it was showing Switch 2 footage of the game, so I suspect that it's going to be Oh well, actually, I think it might say here. Yeah, it's coming out on December 4 for the Switch and Switch 2.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you don't need a Switch 2 per se if you're like a huge fan. You just want to play it.
Yeah, like if you've been waiting on this since forever, then you could totally just play it on Switch 1 and
Yeah.
not have to buy a whole new console. So that's nice.
A whole new console. Imagine that. All right. Well, speaking of needing to buy a whole new console to play this one, Nintendo also showed us a sneak peek of the latest Fire Emblem game called
That's
Fire
the one,
Emblem
Extreme G.
Fortune's Weave, that involves something called the Heroic Games. Let's take a look at the trailer, shall we?
Yeah,
I don't even
yeah.
know a whole lot about it yet. Like, this is like the first trailer that's really coming out. Extreme G.
Yeah, it was Extreme G, not G-Force. That was like another name. G-Force was like Gatchaman or something, I think. And then
Extreme G sounds so like 90s.
90s.
and 2000,
It was very
you.
it was very 90s. But it was a combat racer on motorcycles. It was so fun. Also, I'm don't quote me on that. It's probably one of those games that's really hard to go back to if I had to guess.
So this new Fire Emblem is some kind of like gladiator fight situation.
Yeah.
I don't know how they are. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this is sort of just like the beginning chapter,
So I can save my father's life.
where you know how like Fire Emblem, the beginning chapters is all you in this new setting.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Well, no, I don't know that actually, because I never played it.
Yeah, but then
But
like, it
you might be
kinda
right.
Changes.
Like this
Well,
is like the starting location.
Yeah, I think this is just like the start, and then it's going to change depending on maybe which character you pick. Fire Emblem Three Houses had something similar, where like, oh, if you pick a different character, the story changes.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to go back, because the last title was like super colorful and it's almost like a anniversary game, if that makes sense. Like they'll pull like characters from different like Fire Emblem universe and almost like a crossover situation. But this one's different. This one feels like they're going back to like, yeah, this is just a perfect standalone with its own world, and it is not meant to like celebrate the series, if you will, but more so like it's gonna be its own thing. I don't know if that makes sense.
Sure. It's a very pretty looking trailer. I'll say that much. And the fact that you can run around, explore and stuff outside of combat, at least what it looked like according to the trailer, pretty cool stuff. Yeah. But here's the thing. I find it really hard to be excited about first-party Nintendo games right now.
Yeah, for lots of reasons.
Well, we'll talk about it a little bit later. In fact, it's kind of hard to be excited about third-party Switch 2 games right now too, for other reasons.
Be excited for Nintendo in general.
Yeah,
we'll get there. Anyways, this one's coming out 2026 only on the Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, the previous one was called Engage. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, Mr. Derek, take us to the last thing, if you will.
All right. So this next one, I think there were some rumors going around, but it's really awesome to see this one actually got announced. Square Enix announced the remake of the year 2000's Dragon Quest VII, and they called it Reimagined. The storyline is said to have been enhanced for a more streamlined story experience to resolve some pacing issues with the 100+ hour RPG from 2000, while the battle system also will be getting an overhaul as well, and we have a whole trailer to go along with. Let's check it out.
If they gave DQ5 this treatment, I'm gone. I'm gonna play the heck out of it.
Right.
DQ5 was like my one and only DQ that I played, and I really liked it.
And remember,
Did you ever watch Your Story, the movie that's based on Dragon Quest V?
I have not.
Oh, you should check it out.
Going to prove it.
I've been meaning to, and then like I put it in backlog, and then it just like
yeah, it's not like perfect by any stretch, But if you're a
Nothing
fan of
truly
5, if you're a fan of 5 though, you'd be like, huh, yeah, that was nice.
I really like DQ5. I feel like it was
Now,
really ahead of its time in how it portrays the story.
So the art style here is really interesting. Apparently, like these models were based off of scanned dolls.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's where I think some of that like Uncanny Valley aesthetic. Some people were like really, in my stream, were very off-put by the aesthetic here.
Really?
Some people in my chat called it. Well, actually, it was one person in my chat said that it reminded them too much of Team America World Police. And I can kind of see that.
I kind of like it, surprisingly.
I like it a
usually
lot,
very
too.
Against the whole like Uncanny Valley thing, but with this
Well, here's the
one,
thing.
I don't know.
It's not that uncanny to me though, because it's clearly doing a chibi approach.
The form, yeah.
Yeah, the SD.
Yes, the super deform, yeah.
Yeah, and also,
Dragon Quest VII Reimagined.
yeah, that's
the spirit.
that's super neat.
I kind of like it, not gonna lie.
I kind of do too. And here's the thing: while it does not use Akira Toriyama style wholesale, you can still see the echoes of his character designs and proportionality reflected in it, if not necessarily the quintessential Akira Toriyama eye style.
Well, it's there in spirit, and I think
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it looks pretty cool, and it's coming out on February 5th, 2026. And while it was announced at the Nintendo Direct, it's coming to PlayStation 5, yes, Xbox Series, Switch 2, and PC via Steam. So even though it's a third-party game coming to Switch 2, and most likely going to be a game key card as a result of that, you can actually get the physical game on PS5 or Xbox Series, most likely.
I'm gonna get on other things.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk more about this later. Let's finish off with the last game, which we had actually talked about in the beginning of the show. And the game is called Last Moon from Skull Studio. Last Moon is an action RPG which embraces the vibes of classic titles in the 90s. Explore a mesmerizing, vast, and ruined world riddled with dangers. Face tainted creatures and upgrade your abilities to regain peace. Oh, I totally just took that off of Steam, by the way.
That's
the
cool.
moon is falling. Will you bring harmony back to the world? Yeah, that came straight from Steam. But it's their writing, so they know what they're talking about. Let's take a look at the trailer, though.
Did you add it to the playlist? I don't think you did.
Oh shoot, I did not.
Here, I'll.
You got it.
Here.
Okay.
I think so.
The most professional podcast ever.
All right, listen to this,
Ooh, this is pretty.
dude. It's gorgeous, and the background music is so minimalist, but kind of local co-op.
Oh, there's
you can
local co-op.
Yeah, it's just like Mana. It's kind of got a little bit of that Stranger Things-ish kind of soundtrack.
Oh, it didn't show the other characters, did it?
Other characters? There's just the
if you
two.
have local co-op, then there are two. What then? What's the second character?
It showed them briefly on screen. Here, I'll show you again. If we go back to theater mode, yeah. So keep an eye out for like the blue-looking specter, because it's a summon of sorts. It's
that
there. Yeah.
Oh.
Otherwise, if you're playing single player, that little moat that floats around the player is that entity. But yeah, it's got like so it's gonna have like 8 different kinds of weapons, all kinds of different equipable things that you can switch between to like give you different stat boosts in certain regards, different elemental attributes you can assign to your weapons. A really satisfying dodge roll. And it's got a free demo up on Steam, and it's pretty dang sweet. Honestly, go watch my full review of the demo if you want more of my thoughts on it, but I will say I encountered a bug during it that gave me an inadvertent hard mode, because typically when you like hit an enemy, you might do like 5 to 10 damage or so. When I was playing it, I was stuck doing 1 damage for every sword swing.
Oh my god!
And I was like, oh my gosh, this game is so hard. It's like, oh, it's got that Dark Souls kind of influence going. So maybe it's just like super hard in that way. No, it was a bug. But yeah, one of the other things is like you'll find different campfires that act like Dark Souls bonfires and stuff. Oh no, we're getting a little flicker on your screen again. I wonder what's up with that. We'll figure it out later.
Doing that randomly. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's just doing it now.
Okay. Yeah. So anyways, it was, and I think on Steam, it says that it's going to be coming out in 2025. However, I talked to the devs in their Discord server, and just because I was like, well, 2025 is coming to a close. Is this coming out? And they're like, probably more like 2026. So it's coming out sometime in 2026 on PC via Steam. Also, I think it's also coming to Switch too, or Switch, because I think it was in the Indie World Showcase. I think that's where I first saw it.
Yes, that's where we first saw it. I'm pretty sure we talked about this. Like, the more I look at it, but
man,
it's because there were so many games. Yeah,
it's nice. It's not a bad way to kill some time and get really excited if you want to check out that demo.
Let's get them to do an interview. Wink, wink.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Yeah. Well, since we're talking to them. Derek.
Oh yeah, I guess I could do that. Well, they are a French studio, so I don't know if we'll be able to swing that.
We'll just have to hire an interpreter.
It's pretty, yeah. If only we knew anybody who knew how to speak French.
Does anyone know how to speak French? Well, no, we do know people. Well, Canadian French, does that count? That's the best we got. I don't know.
Best I got is not safe for work. All right.
I can certainly speak French.
Oh yeah, I say, and stuff like that all the time, right?
All the time.
Pardon my French.
Pardon my French. Yeah.
All right, here let's go to. Nope, that's not the one. Industry news. This is the one.
Industry news. Hi. I'm just gonna go through a bunch of these, and then we'll talk about the really interesting one where we'll have an actual discussion.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna fire off these pretty quickly. Star Ocean First Departure, our limited print physical edition, has been announced and is going to be going through, you guessed it, limited run games. So if you are interested in getting your hands on a physical version of Star Ocean First Departure R, which is I think the remake version of it.
Yeah.
It's coming to a physical edition. So, and I'm still waiting for them to remake the second game. I just don't understand why they still haven't done that. It's driving me crazy. Then we have not one, not two, but 3 separate showcase from smaller publishers. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Critical Reflex will host the Critical Reflex Time Showcase on September 15th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Playism will host the Playism Game Show on September 16th at 4 a.m. Pacific Time and 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Why is it so early? Because they're doing it in Japan time. So that's why. Yeah. And then last but not least, we have Nippon Ichi Software. Good old Nice is doing what they call the Untitled slash light broadcast. I don't know what that means, but okay, you do you, Nippon Ichi. On September 19th at 4 a.m. Pacific and 7 a.m. Eastern time. So 3 of these showcases kind of back to back on the 15th, 16th, and 19th. You can watch all of those in their respective channel on YouTube, and we'll probably put a link in the description so you can follow it.
All right.
Next up, we got some exciting news coming from Falcom. Edia, which is a company that kind of sprung up, I'm not sure from where, but they've been doing a lot of ports for the systems, so the PC Engine times. So Edia did what was that one platform game, Valis. I think it's like Valis 1 through 3. Like they did that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, so now they reached a licensing agreement with Falcom to bring East, Dragon Slayer, and The Legend of Xanadu. All of these are like 90s ports to modern system, which is really cool. So East 1 and 2, East 3, East 4, the Dawn of East. So like the PC Engine version of East 4 will be ported. Dragon Slayer, The Legend of Heroes, Dragon Slayer, The Legend of Heroes 2,
That's
The
huge.
Legend of Xanadu, The Legend of Xanadu 2. All of these will be ported at some point by Edia.
That's huge, because I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that Legend of Heroes Dragon Slayer, that was 1991, but that I think was actually a remake of the original Dragon Slayer for like PC 8801. That was like the really old, like one of the very first ever action RPGs ever released.
Isn't that cool?
It's wild. It's
Yeah.
it's nuts. But
Good. East 5 is still MIA. Shut up. We don't talk about East 5. We don't talk about East 5. Shh. You know what? I'm waiting for I'm waiting for Falcom's president to just like completely go back on his words, because he said he wasn't going to remake Trails 1 and 2 and 3. And clearly that's a lie, because the remake is coming. He also said that he's probably not going to do East 5 ever, without having to completely rewrite the story so that it makes sense with like the current canon. Or is he? We'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, I'm still waiting for East 5, not gonna lie. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, so that's all the rapid fire industry news that you need to know to keep yourself ahead of the curve. And now for the discussion that you've seen from
now it's time for,
thumbnail.
pardon my French, the pièce de résistance.
Why we are not excited for Nintendo? We're really not a fan right now. Like we're really not a fan. All right, Derek. Why don't you take it away, and I'm gonna check on my friend real quick.
Okay, so very recently here, U.S. patent number 403,397 was granted to Nintendo and the Pokemon Company. Both parties were on this patent, and it is a patent for a gameplay mechanic involving the summoning of a sub-character to fight other characters. Now, this mechanic includes conditions like that the summoned character appears at a location in a virtual space, and then automatic versus manual control depending on whether the enemy is there, that sort of thing. So this is notably not necessarily trying to patent the traditional Pokemon battle system of like just using a character, but more so the Arceus style Pokemon combat mechanics of summoning a character on the world, it fighting a thing autonomously or under your direction, or just sending it off in a direction to fight stuff. Now, however, it's still a very broad patent, despite the fact that it's not necessarily targeting what a lot of people are saying that it does. Like it doesn't patent summoning outright. What it does for sure do is describe mechanics in a very, very broad way that also could hypothetically, well, not hypothetically, really, that also overlaps with not only a lot of other potential evolutions, pun intended, in other franchises like Digimon, that could prevent them from being able to move their series forward into this sort of way, but also happens to overlap with a lot of already existing art in video games that have been coming out, especially in like action RPGs specifically, but also things like Baldur's Gate 3, for instance, where you might have a druid who can summon wild animals that can then be used to go off in an area and fight autonomously as well. The patents also, there's a separate patent that relates specifically to like mounts as well, but essentially essentially my I have a whole video dedicated to talking about it in a very succinct way. This is going to be a little bit more conversational coverage of it though. But I think that what we're not likely to see, I think a lot of people are really focused on like, oh, what does this mean for Digimon? What does this mean for Shin Megami Tensei? What does this mean for my personas, right? I don't think it's going to mean, personally, I don't think it's going to mean a lot to other multi-million or multi-billion dollar corporations like Bamco or Atlas or anybody who can really defend themselves in court. I do believe that this is going to be used specifically as a weapon to be used against the defenseless, because any real lawyer worth their salt is going to be able to overturn this patent or narrow its scope further in a way that would make it worth less to Nintendo, who is going to be using it to instead go after Pocket Pair and probably maybe MiHoYo with their upcoming kind of Pokemon style RPG, monster trainer RPG. I can't remember what it's called right now. But maybe they won't go after MiHoYo because they've got that Genshin money that they could probably
MiHoYo's
use.
got money to burn.
I was gonna say, I think what they're probably going to be doing is using this patent as they have in Japan to try to, essentially, it's not a war that they're trying to slaughter everybody in. This is more of a siege, and they're trying to force their competitor to burn through all of their residual money. While the court case may be wrapping up in Japan at some point, my guess is that this filing here is specifically so they can bring the fight to America next, where they can continue to be a drain on the resources of Pocket Pair and any other indies who they just don't seem to like for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think there are basically two separate things takeaway. One is what people have been focusing, which is what does it mean to X company, X games, X series, right? It's very specific conversations. Which one of my thoughts on that is it's very much a strategy play where, an effective business strategy against your opponent is something called asymmetric cost, where when you engage another company to compete, you are imposing asymmetric costs to them so that it costs them significantly more to compete against you in a certain thing.
Proportionally, right?
Yeah, proportionally, so that you get an upper hand, right? Of course, you do other thing, but this is one of the tactics that you can take. So it just screams to me like this is one thing that they can potentially use if they ever choose to. They might not, but they certainly can. And that threat already may impose asymmetric costs to development for other companies who may want to entertain ideas that may touch, points of this patent, right?
Yeah.
So it's already kind of a headache for other game companies, even if Nintendo does nothing, which I doubt they wouldn't. Yeah.
It has what they call a cooling effect, right?
Yeah. So there's that. So that's the more specific side of things. But then there's also the wider implications for, patents for game mechanics as a whole.
Yep.
Because I feel like
a much broader
this just
discussion,
opened
but it's
a whole can of worm.
Yep.
Where now that, especially because the States is very much a precedence-driven, legal precedence-driven
precedent.
system.
Precedent. As in like a legal precedent.
And so once you establish a case that allows for these, then people can basically start arguing, well, if you let Nintendo go with this, why wouldn't you let me go with this?
Mhm.
And so you've just made the examiner's job a lot harder to say no.
Yeah.
There are different ways in which an examiner can say no to a patent request or a petition.
Mhm.
There are different kinds of rejections that they can send. And I'm only saying this not because I'm a patent examiner, but because I have friends who are patent examiners and they wouldn't shut up about it. Patent examiners is a funny breed of people. They will sit you down and talk about patents, and then I'm just like kind of osmosis, like taking in some of the information they say. So take it with a grain of salt with what I'm saying right now, because I'm not a patent examiner, but there are different kinds of rejections that they can send to any particular patents application. One of it requires some kind of novelty, for example,
Yeah.
obviously, because if this thing has already been done before, then they can reject it. I am very surprised, to be honest, with whomever the examiner with the signature authority who signed this off. Like, how did you not find an example of this that would promptly have rejected this? Like, what was it that was technically innovative that won a patent? And here's the thing, even if it was innovative, you typically would see the patent narrow the scope to the part that is innovative only, which we clearly see that this isn't. This is a very broad patent.
Yeah.
In a matter of speaking, I'm shocked to see that this transpired. To be very honest, I never would think that they would be able to get this patent, but here we are.
Yeah, it's really it's such a miscarriage of like justice in this department. I mean, I guess it's not a matter of justice yet, but like I said, this is going to be used in courts, and in a lot of these kinds of cases, it's not something where you can just like, I declare prior art, and the judge is like, oh yes, I see prior art. There you go. No need to hire any lawyers for this. We'll just sweep this under the rug or whatever. Like it's not, that's not how this works. Every time that this goes up to be used as evidence or of like some sort of damage caused or harm, any time like that, it's going to require hours and hours of like a lawyer to first research this for the defense, and then time in front of the judge to argue it. And then, of course, all the time through all of the legal proceedings, it's going to be costly. Even if it eventually just gets thrown out of the court system entirely. It's not just like a lot of times people say things like, "Oh, just declare prior art," or "Oh, you just claim fair use." It's like that's not how this works. It's still like, yes, that is the name of the defense, but that's like saying, "Oh, you just use God, what do you call that? A castle king's side in chess, or you just use en passant." It's like, sure, that's the name of the move, but you have to get through all of these other pieces in order to
execute it.
Yeah. And it's a very expensive to move those pieces on the board. And a lot of people who can't fight it in court are just gonna settle. And that's the point, is to not win through, merit, but to win through surviving longer than your opponent.
Exactly.
Like, you don't have to win, you just have to make sure they lose.
Yeah. Welcome to the American justice system.
And apparently the Japanese one too. I mean, let's be real. It's if it wasn't that way in Japan, then this court case would have been long over in Japan as well.
Well, it's not. Oh, okay. Wait, that's right.
Because it's starting in Japan with Pocket Pair and Pal World. I think it's going to come stateside. But in the meantime, even though this is a patent that's now on the books. By the way, it is on the books as of right now until 2043. It is on the books as is until 2043. And that's going to have consequences that we won't even know for a long time, as long as that is on the books. Because what this means is that any indie who is like, oh man, I have this cool idea. Well, I don't want to be sued by Nintendo, so let's just do this other thing that, is different somehow. Or let's not include that kind of thing. Or, maybe I have this monster trainer, but let's not have it be open world because it would be really tedious to make everybody do every battle, synchronously. Yeah. So let's just do this other way. Like, it's just going to have this knock-on effect for genres, especially for the up-and-coming indies that are really where all of the innovation is really happening. And what's most frustrating about this is that, I mean, it's maybe not the most frustrating thing, but it's another frustrating variable in all of this, is that it's a result of Nintendo finally, after years and years of fans like saying, make an open world Pokemon where you can actually like have the characters in the real world and interacting and stuff. They finally listened to what we've been asking for, and they're like, hey, this was a really cool idea we had. Let's just keep that for ourselves, right?
More reason for me to really don't like the Pokemon Legends ZA, because I think that's what is really coming down to, is like the next big thing. And ZA is kind of like the test board for that idea. Because you read a patent, you watch the trailer, it's like that's what it's describing, right?
Yeah.
But please read a patent yourself if you hadn't had a chance to read, or at least like some kind of synopsis to the patent. Like if you don't feel like reading like legal jargon or like legal speak. But I am definitely way more concerned of the implication to indie development due to the past, or due to the acceptance of this application. Because again, if Nintendo can get it, then all these other companies will just be like, well, it's open now. So next is going to be like EA is going to apply for X patent for a game mechanic. And then
here's
so
the thing.
all these companies with a lot of money are going to start applying for a bunch of game mechanic things. And because you're thinking like, oh,
and they do exist. Like patenting game mechanics is not a brand new idea. There's a pretty notorious use case of patents, including Namco Bandai, who had a mini game, like something like 23 years ago on like PlayStation 2 or so,
with the shooting plane thing.
Yeah, so basically they had a mini game inside of a loading screen, and they patented it. And this is a mechanic that like prevented other people from making entertaining loading screens for 20 years. That has since lapsed, but now that it's lapsed, we don't even have loading times anymore in our games for the most part. Not one's long enough to include like a mini game, but as a result of that patent, games were objectively worse for a long time. And that's just one small example. I mean, there's other examples of things that are weird, like Sega. They patented the arrow above the taxi in Crazy Taxi. It's like, what? Why? Why would any? Okay, fine, but like, it's just
no. So the difference, I think, is that some of these are more specific. It's like very specific, like just the loading screen, or like just the arrow, or whatever. This is very broad.
Oh yeah,
this is a whole type of interaction.
Yeah,
you cannot have this type of interaction now. Right. So and these are supposed to be extremely like few and far in between. Like I mentioned, even if there were anything innovative in that patent, they would have to restrict it to that and resubmit with just the very innovative part and nothing else, right? And then they'll work with the examiner and get that passed. That's not what happened here. They didn't face any objection. They didn't face any rejection. They just passed it. They just accepted it. They just signed it.
Yep.
Extremely, extremely weird that happened to me. But again, I'm not a legal professional. I'm not a patent examiner. But from what I've seen, what I would think should happen is they submit this thing, Examiner reads it, says it's too broad, rejects it, offer them some keys to, hey, I think these things are good. These things got to go. You come back. If you're good, you can come back with these, rewrite it, and resubmit, and we'll probably pass it. That's
So-
probably what they would say.
What Nintendo successfully did to make this, I guess, appear novel is they phrased things in the patent filing very dumb. they phrased things in such a way that they sound more complicated to somebody who doesn't know what they're reading.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Okay, counter. You're talking about examiners in a very specific niche of things. They read
That's
these things
true.
day in, day out.
I
They're
wonder-
not the
I wonder
regular
if they
average
have-
Joe. You know,
I wonder if they have like a video game patent person or department specifically, or if it's just software. Because I feel like,
wonder about that.
because I think that is still a sub world within a world, you know, a sub niche within a niche. So that's why I feel like somebody who might be in software could be reading this and be like, ah, yes, I see, here's the flow of things. I don't see any existing examples of flows that match this specific set of points. Not in the, but that's the other thing. Like, does the patent office only check against existing patents, or should they be checking against? Yeah, I didn't think so.
They check about examples in the real world. They don't need to check on only. I mean, obviously, if there's an existing patent, there you go. But another type of rejection is like just a thing that already exists.
Yeah.
So like, for example, you can't patent like a clock that uses dynamite to blow people up or something. Like, well, both things exist. Like, you have the dynamite, you have the clock. Like,
yeah,
just put these two things that already exist together. That in itself is not novel. Like,
I would like to patent Microsoft Windows, but on the blockchain.
Yeah, come back and write NT. And we'll pass it. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So, I will say this isn't necessarily the
NFT,
end of the road
NFT.
or the end of the story, though. For this patent, like this is kind of the first thing.
Just the beginning.
This is just the beginning, and
This is
the next steps in this are going to likely be done in the form of, like, I think this is where the patent office, their role is done already. It's been granted. I don't think there's like any take backsies here. What there would have to be is some sort of judge to make a ruling on this that would say this is not actually, this is demonstrably, there are pre-existing forms of art. This should not have been patentable. Send it back, and they can narrow the scope. They can revise it. They can do things to the patent, but at this point, it has to go through a judge, and that's the expensive part that makes this a tool to fight indie developers who cannot defend themselves. Because, like I said, any corporation that has millions of dollars to spend on legal defense for this sort of thing, or any developer who thinks that the incorporation of this mechanic will net them more revenue in sales than the cost of a potential legal battle, would have the ability to make that choice, take it to court, and have it overruled by a judge. And Nintendo doesn't want that to happen, right? Nintendo wants to hold on to this forever, so they can have it forever and use it when they want to use it against their enemies or perceived threats to their brand or whatever. So as a result, we're probably going to see some, what's the word? Choices being made about who and when they use this, or as evidence in court proceedings. Selective enforcement, I think is the word, which is okay in patents. Sometimes this has come up in the past where people are like, oh, well, selective enforcement is something that like weakens your case in, in things like, well, it does weaken your case in claims of copyright And in trademark, if you don't consistently enforce your trademark, you can lose it outright. That doesn't necessarily happen with patents.
So, what they can do is something called like a post grant like review, a petition for it. So, basically, there's like a period of time where you can file for a post grant review, and then basically go through like a process. I don't know, like don't quote me again.
Sure.
Not a legal professional.
Do you know
There
who
is
files
a
that?
patent
Or
post grant like process,
Yeah.
post grant review, and to petition for them to basically say this is granted, but we think it shouldn't happen. So why don't you review it? And
who is able to file for that?
I don't know.
I wonder if
Because,
they have to
again,
have standing.
not a professional. But such a thing does exist at least. So there is a chance that we could see a post grant opposition.
I hope
to
so.
A patent. Yeah, because I
And
certainly hope
much
so.
as many waves as this is making within the gaming community, though, I feel like it is almost a certainty that somebody will file it. The question is like, is this something that costs money to do? If so, how much does it cost, and how much time does it cost? Does it require a lawyer to do this? Does it have to be filed on behalf of somebody who has standing? Like there's a lot of like puzzle pieces that have to come together to even proceed with that, I suspect. But I think we'll want to hear from your patent friend maybe next week.
Yeah,
Could be.
so I've actually sent out the article to my friend, and I wanted to see what they would say about it. And we'll come back next week. We'll see what they say. Actually, not just one person, but we'll see what they say. We'll get some actual opinion from a patent examiner,
From somebody who knows what they're talking about.
someone who actually knows what they're talking about.
Impossible.
Yeah, and they probably won't be on our stream because
Oh,
a
yeah.
variety of professional reasons. But it's just gonna be like, hey, as a friend, what do you think? Not as a professional per se.
Yeah.
You know how it is. So yeah, that's where we are, and this is why we're not too excited about Nintendo. You got this new console that third party are game keys, which is like strike one. You got this whole patent thing, which is like strike two. So I'm so close to strike three and just never buy a Switch 2. Period.
Yeah.
Like
Nintendo
one
has
more
this
crappy
habit
thing
of
I hear from them.
Nintendo has this habit of getting cocky whenever things are going their way, and then they just start doing some like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs sort of stuff, and they start doing anti-competitive and anti-consumer things, and then I don't like them anymore when they do that. I remember back in 2013, around the time of the Wii U, they had just come off the Nintendo Wii. I think by 2013, the Wii U was in the process of failing. But they were, one of the things that they were doing was, why is the Switch, why is the Wii U failing? Well, it's probably all these YouTubers making videos about our Wii U. So let's
right. Yeah.
So let's create a Nintendo partner program, and only these people are allowed to make videos about us. Everybody else gets a copyright strike.
Oh, silly Nintendo and their silly.
I'm glad they walked that back, but that was, I mean, they do this stupid stuff every once in a while, and I know Nintendo has their strong defenders. There are some very strong white knights out there for Nintendo that will just defend this company to the death. But they do have some really bad practices.
And truly every company does, but when you're this big like Nintendo, it's just extremely glaring.
When you're somebody that size, you need to step very carefully.
Yeah.
Because you're around a lot of very vulnerable people whenever you make waves like this. All right. We have a voicemail. I should play the voicemail. Let's do that.
Let's listen to a voicemail.
Hey, Derek and Baku. It's Tool Man. Been a while since I called in, but you asked for my hot take on the Switch 2, and I had
We
to
sure
rise to
did.
the challenge. I don't know how much of a hot take it is, but definitely was underwhelmed by the announcement, especially what with the game key cards, and then having to convert my digital games on my normal Switch to virtual game key cards.
Yep.
And the pain that caused. My wife and I were discussing if we wanted to buy a PS5 or a Switch 2, because obviously they're similar prices. And we decided to go with the PS5 because the Switch 2 and Nintendo as a company is just kind of not doing what I wanted to do.
I swear
lately.
we didn't play in this voice.
I'm definitely a physical collector, and that's the only reason why I own consoles. If console or physical media games specifically goes away, there's no reason for me to own a console anymore. I'll just buy everything digitally on my computer and play it on my computer's Steam Deck.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel as if these consoles, the companies behind them, don't realize how much they're shooting themselves in the foot by getting rid of physical media. Because I'm sure that at least you, Derek, can relate, and probably most people. I have a ton of games on my shelf that I've never played, and I bought them because FOMO. I wanted to make sure I bought the physical copy. I might play the game in the future, and I wanted to buy the physical copy before it, disappeared or got really expensive.
Me all the time.
Where you don't have to do that with digital games. The digital games will always be there, aside from a storefront coming down. Which is another reason why I don't want digital games, especially from Nintendo. They tend to do that pretty regularly. I want to be able to play my games in 10, 20, 30, 50 years, And, there's no reason for me to buy a digital game right away because it'll still be there and it'll be cheaper. So it's definitely kind of the opposite of physical media in that respect. And I think that they're leaving a lot of money on the table if they veer completely away from physical games. Anyways, that was a very long voicemail, but I hope you guys have a great day.
Oh, thank you so much, Tool Man.
Thank you so much for that.
So 100%
by the
agree.
way, for people who are wondering about like the whole Nintendo bashing today, this voicemail came in 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. Yeah, we've been sitting on this one for a minute. This was not planned, but it's very timely.
Yeah, we were going to play it 2 weeks ago, and then we're like, oh, we'll play it next week. And then we skipped next week, which was last week. So now we're playing it now. So it just so happens that all these things just lined up, and Nintendo is getting the L from us today.
Nintendo is in retrograde right now. So,
no, 100% agree. 100% agree. I don't know what they're thinking. They're thinking like short-term profit. You see what I'm saying? Like short-term profit again versus long-term survivability. They don't care.
Because here's the thing about buying physical or digital games on a console is that if you don't get around to playing it on your console, then if you ever just want to play it on the next console, there's not a guarantee it'll work on your next console, right? But also there's a very good chance you'll have to buy it again on whatever the next console is. So if you're going to have to do it on PC, because PC has backwards compatibility all the way back. And if you're, into preservation on PC, then you'll definitely want to make sure you're buying your games not necessarily off Steam, but off of Good Old Games, which has a strong continued support for games without what's the DRM. So and they have for all of the retro PC games, they have patches and stuff that allows it to run on modern hardware and stuff. So highly recommend pursuing your digital games through PC if you can. And digital consoles just seems like such a dead end road to me, man.
Yeah, like try the Steam Deck and its competitors, right? There's so many different companies making basically handheld that plays PC games. If you want to do digital and handheld, certainly do those.
And also, I will say kudos to picking the PS5 because it sounds like Toolman also has a Steam Deck. So if you want that handheld experience, you can just install Chiaki is what it's called. Chiaki, Chiaki. You can install that, and you can play PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games on your Steam Deck as long as you're at home. So, you have that same kind of Switch-like portability within your home at least. So you can play in bed or whatever. Yeah. And I think that's the way to go. If that's one of the selling points of the Switch 2 at least.
Yeah, better than buying the PS Portal. It's just buy a Steam Deck install thing. But you can also use the Steam Deck as a Steam Deck and play games outside your home, which is very nice. I'll say this: I'm running into less and less reason to buy a Switch 2 by the day. Like when they first announced Switch 2, I'm like already not in a hurry. I'm like, yeah, whenever like an exclusive like version come out, yeah, sure. Because I like to collect limited edition consoles. It's just a little hobby. If I'm paying that money, I want special things on it, right? Okay. So I was like not in a hurry, but like at least in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, at some point I will buy one. Right now, I'm not so sure if that point will ever come. I may just not buy this console. And it's not like it's the first time I ever skipped a Nintendo console. I didn't buy a Wii U. I didn't care.
True.
Right?
Well,
so
I
this
did.
is going to turn into a Wii U situation for me very soon.
It very well could. And that's one of the things that I talked about in my video about Game Key cards is that like a lack of third-party support is ultimately what killed the Wii U. Because Nintendo always made stellar games, even on the Wii U. They were great. But without third-party support, it will fail. And if you're forcing every third-party publisher to essentially release on a Game Key card, that's going to make a lot of people really unhappy. You're going to see a marked decrease in the number of sales on your console, and therefore people are just going to be more reluctant to port to your console. So that's just going to be not so great in the long term for Nintendo's, long-term viability. And then you're making these other moves that just sours the whole thing. So like even when they have games that I'm like, oh, that could be good, like Fire Emblem, or when Pokemon Pokopia is coming out, and I'm thinking, wow, Amy might really like to play this game. Too damn bad. I don't want to have a Switch 2. Like, because she's not going to spend $500 on a console to play Pokopia. Like, no. Who would do that for just Pokopia? I mean, some people might.
Some people might. To some people, $500 is nothing. We're not those people.
Yeah. I don't have
to be the first to tell you.
In this economy?
in this economy?
Yeah. So, no, I don't think so.
No. You know what? It's funny that you bring up the economy thing too. Like, I think that's going to be part of the contribution to the downfall of this is precisely because we're in such a bad economy that you want to be pro-consumer. But when you're not, and rule number one in business is things don't happen in a vacuum. And that's why a lot of businesses fail. They think about a lot of internal things. They think about like how they're going to play a game, but they don't think about all the other things that goes on in the world and do a better analysis. If you like Derek just gave a very good explanation of like, well, the alternatives for consumers doing A, B, and C. Those are very real alternatives, right? We're not just throwing these things out just to cast doubt on Nintendo's survivability. But these are things that has happened before, and these are things that are happening now.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that they are going to be able to push the Switch 2 beyond its hype. I really don't. The more I look at it, the less attractive the Switch 2 is, especially when I already have a Switch 1, which for me at least is so I can play, maybe some like lower res game on a go, and I don't have a Steam Deck. It's fine. I have a Switch. It's fine. It still works. It still functions great. Do I need a Switch 2 then to do that? So my only value proposition would be to play the first party games, which I don't personally, but I would imagine anyone who do may still get it. How many people is that, especially given the economy? I don't know. But you're removing a lot of people who would get a Switch 2 to do a lot of other things because the PlayStation 5 exists, the Xbox Series exists, and whatever PS6 and Xbox, whatever the next thing, if it comes out, that could, deal yet more serious blow to the Switch 2 survivability in the long run. It just came out, and still a lot of hype around it. Give it a year, right?
I don't know, man. So here's the other thing. I don't know if you noticed this, but during the Nintendo Switch Direct, the Switch 2 also showed off there was an announcement of Final Fantasy Intergrade, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade coming. Oh, you know where I'm going with this, don't you?
Go on.
All right, so there was an announcement that it's coming to the Switch 2, which is pretty cool, and also it's coming to Xbox the same day. And also, the whole trilogy will be coming to all three consoles as well as Steam, I think. But here's the thing: in these Nintendo Switch Direct, I don't know if you did you notice, but
nope,
I don't know if you at home noticed, but I noticed some severe frame drops, like in the middle, like there was some like on-screen motion, and it was like, did the stream just drop frames, or was that the Switch 2 struggling to like keep up with Intergrade?
And that's like the best footage that they can get.
That's you're putting your best foot forward for a trailer, and that's like, I don't.
No, I was laughing because when we were watching it in my on my Twitch channel, I think we just kind of applaud like, "Woo! You're finally playing a PS4 game! Yay! Congratulations, Nintendo! In 2025, you can finally play a PS4 game on your Switch. Congratulations!" You've done it, Nintendo. You've really done it. Yeah. I'm not thrilled.
About it. I guess we could continue talking about the Switch 2 for another minute, because I saw that there was also a little other article that came up pretty recently. One of the people at Ubisoft mentioned that one of the reasons that they put Star Wars Outlaws on a game key card, one of the determining factors was the read speed from a Nintendo Switch 2 cartridge was too low for their game assets to load properly.
Shut up.
Because it was
part of the
because
reason why.
That's what they said. At least that's one of the audio engineers who said that. So it's really interesting that they brought this up, though, because like here's the thing. Do you remember the PlayStation 3?
Yeah.
Do you remember what would happen when you plug a PlayStation 3 disc into your PS3 to play it for the first time?
It's been a long time, so no.
I know. It installed it to your hard drive, and then it would play it from your hard drive, because the Blu-ray disc speed was not high enough throughput by itself. So it would maybe stream some things from the disc, but it would also stream things from the hard drive in order to give you the additional throughput.
Isn't that what PS4 also does? I mean,
I think so, yeah. I think the PS4 also did that. PS5 also, I think, does some of that as well.
Yeah, sure.
But here's the thing. Why is that not something that the Switch 2 is doing? If it's just a matter of your throughput, why not put the whole game on a cartridge, install part of it to the internal SSD, and stream some assets from the cartridge? Like, if that's it, like if that's one of the barriers,
the whole deal. Well, I guess what they're not, I guess it's kind of an excuse, because what they're not saying is basically what you just said, the alternative.
Yeah.
So if they spotlight a solution and they don't tell you about the alternative, then you're like, oh yeah, no, that sounds about reasonable, until you offer the alternative, which is, well, okay, well, why can't you just have a full game and then also download stuff to the hard drive if it's just about throughput? Well, because it's not about the throughput.
I mean,
it's a fact that it can't do it, but the decision wasn't because of that, I'm sure.
Right. Like, it doesn't...
It's a cost.
So, I don't know. So, this is, again, just like what the Ubisoft audio engineer said about Star Wars Outlaws, a game that was developed to be played on modern SSDs, right? So I don't think that they went out of their way to like make up the story to like go up to bat for Nintendo, because that wouldn't make any sense. Like, why would you? But it's just the strangest thing that they happen to say, "Oh, this is one of the reasons that it wasn't actually on the cartridge. It wasn't a cost based, issue. It was a throughput based issue."
Yeah,
But if that's the case, then you could still install the media from the cartridge, and then you wouldn't have that bottleneck. And I don't understand.
No, because it doesn't make sense.
And also, why would Nintendo's new cartridges that are apparently so damn expensive, why are they still not fast enough to be like, here's the other thing, the various like speed tests that people do to like determine the speed of reading from the internal storage versus a micro SD express card versus the cartridge. If the cartridge is so expensive, why is it not as fast as the micro SD express slot? Like, if it's using micro SD express technology, which is what I assumed, is it not? Then why is it so expensive? It does not make sense. The plot thickens, and it just strikes me as just being extremely weird. Like, something isn't adding up. Maybe they didn't have they didn't assign enough PCI Express lanes to the card reader. Maybe I don't know, but it's bad, man. It's not good.
Big company says the thing, we take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
What it really comes down to for me is like, oh, well, that's what you say, but
Whoops, that's not the button I meant to push.
Derek wants to end the show now. He's like, goodbye.
I was looking for I was looking for this. Okay, I found it, I think. There's this section overlay for super chats and outro, not the push the outro button. Okay. Because we actually did get a super chat here that we should probably respond to. Let me pull that up here. It's from our good buddy Still Alive, who says, "I'm excited. One of the games coming to the Virtual Boy on Nintendo Switch Online is Jack Bros. This maze game is in the Megami Tensei universe, and the game is a rarity and goes for over $500 on eBay. And he's glad we all get to play it soon." This is something we skipped over about the Nintendo Switch Direct.
Oh, right. I forgot about it.
I lost my shit when that came out, when that started playing. And they had the physical like drop-in thing for the
cardboard. Did you see the cardboard version?
No.
It's $25.
My God.
You didn't see the cardboard version?
Dude, so that's what actually I called it when they brought out the peripheral and dropped the thing. And I was like, dude, this is Google Cardboard, but with the Nintendo Switch 2. Do you guys remember Google Cardboard? This was like Google Cardboard released a cardboard thing that you could put your phone into to experience like a really bad VR. Basically, it just gave you stereoscopic vision into whatever your phone was. And it was fine for a while, and that's kind of what started. Link? It was the thing that started the Gear VR thing with Samsung's phones. That was the integration with like Oculus at the time, and now whenever you go into a thrift store, you'll see dozens of these like slightly upscale Google Cardboard holders that like strap onto your face. And that's basically what this is.
Is Google not going to sue Nintendo for some kind of patent on cardboard gear?
Oh, they probably should. I don't know.
It's very poetic, right?
oh God. Here, let me. Okay, so you want me to share your screen or you just send me these?
Share the link.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you want me to pull
the
up
bottom one?
Pull up the bottom one. Okay.
Yeah, the bottom one. Yeah.
All right. I'll share that here.
Since we forgot to talk about it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Still Alive, for reminding me that this was the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So this is ridiculous. This is the Virtual Boy, kind of like a classic console. I thought it was like a joke at first, but
this is such an April Fool's thing to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, we'll just play the trailer.
Coming to Nintendo classics.
Virtual Boy.
At first, I thought it was like Rob the Robot, but then no, it's worse.
You'll be able to enjoy a collection of Virtual Boy games in stereoscopic
Oh my
3D.
gosh. Okay, so I
Nintendo
legitimately
Switch
though
2
during my stream was saying, dude, if Jack Bros comes to this, then it will be worth it
You'll need this dedicated accessory.
because that's.
This recreates
Then
the
again,
form of
I wonder if
original
like the
Virtual
Oculus
Boy
has a
hardware
Virtual
by
Boy
inserting a console to play.
like emulator available to it or something. Look at
Oh
this.
my
It's literally just putting the screen in front of a little adapter.
Yeah.
Honestly though, that's probably going to be a lot better if I had to guess than the actual Virtual Boy.
Oh yeah.
But I
I've heard
do
a lot
also
worse.
wonder, is this going to be...
14 classic games shown here are planned to be released
There's
over
your
time.
Jack Bros.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Virtual Boy, Nintendo Classics.
Is this going to give you the same headache though? Because if it doesn't, then it's not authentic.
Needed to play Virtual Boy.
Okay, so
Only the cardboard version.
oh yeah, so there
For
is
the
also a
most
cardboard
authentic
version. That's right.
experience.
Here, let's pull up
Yeah, you
the
scroll down on the
Yeah.
link. You'll see. Yep, there you go.
Virtual Boy cardboard model. Oh God,
It's $25.
and it's actual,
$25.
legitimately just cardboard.
Yeah,
How much is the real like plasticky one?
$100. $99.99 US dollars.
You know what though? I think you could legitimately keep your eyes on the aftermarket for this because third party is going to be selling this on Amazon for $10. I guarantee it.
Oh boy. Yep. Yep.
Oh, I see. There's the prices. Wow. Now,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't improve the form factor at all either. That was one of the big problems. If you ever watch like, Angry Video Game Nerd talk about this, or anybody who's actually tried to use it, I remember I used it in a kiosk at a Hastings Books music video store here in town a long, long time ago, when they were brand new, before the 64 came out, and that was up on a stand, and you could like get up there and you could put your face in the stand, and that was actually a better solution than the actual device that you would have to take home, because then you would have to put it up on these little stick legs, and then you have to like put it on a table, and then you'd have to sit down on a chair at the table, lean forward over the table edge, and like put your face up to it. Why would Nintendo not like give you a better form factor where you... Okay, it's probably because if you strapped it onto your face, it'd be really front heavy because of the lever action, I'm guessing. Having this much force this far away from your head is probably going to make it feel like a 10-pound weight. But that's usually why you put like a battery pack on the back to like counterbalance and just, evenly distribute the weight. But Nintendo didn't do that.
When I think Virtual Boy, I'm reminded of my childhood and going to Toys R Us. That's where I always, as soon as I see Virtual Boy, my memory is tied to Toys R Us, like back then.
Yeah.
That's where I would try the console, is at Toys R Us. And then sticking your face up to that stupid...
Did you ever...
I just think about how unsanitary that is now that I'm, older.
It's okay, they're children. How messy and sticky and germy could their faces possibly be?
Yeah. It's such a terrible idea to put that in the public.
In a post-COVID world, looking at this, I'm like, wow, we were really asking for it, weren't we?
Right.
Did you ever get to play one of those old school like 1980s VR headsets that would be in like mall kiosks and stuff?
Yes.
You did. I never got to. I saw one a couple of times and I was like, oh, so cool. My parents would be like, oh, it's like $10 for like 10 minutes. Hell no, let's go.
I've done it like maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
And it was just too and it was like the most like polygon like 3D ever, and I'm just like, this was not worth it even as a child. I'm like it was such a disappointment.
Oh man.
Oh man.
All right.
Well, So that's all the game news that we have for today. But we did promise people a huge announcement.
Oh yeah, I did. We did mention this, didn't we? Okay,
yes,
well,
we did.
All right,
Derek.
Guys, we are getting dangerously close to 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and you know that if that happens, I have to play Silent Hill 2 again. So, in order to circumvent the rules, I have decided that maybe we should just move HitPoint right on back to the SuperDerek channel. What do you guys think?
If you think we're kidding, we're not.
I'm being absolutely serious.
We're being absolutely serious. Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out moving the channel over here, like at first we had a pretty good bit of what's the word? Momentum when we came over here, but ultimately we lost a lot of viewership. So let's go back. It was a nice experiment.
That's what it comes down to.
It was a good experiment, really. You know, but I think that it has given me the time to, in retrospect, figure out exactly what it was about the episode of HitPoint that caused us to kind of careen my channel off a cliff there. And in retrospect, a lot of it has to do with the fact that we did a Tokyo Game Show catch-up stream after the fact. So I labeled it TGS space makeup stream because we were making up for the time we missed a Tokyo Game Show. Anyways, turns out TGS is a makeup brand. Nintendo thought we had like a 4-hour stream of makeup tutorials or something and served us to a bunch of ladies. And it turned into like sleep content that got thrown into the algorithm and made us all kinds of weird. We figured it out. So,
the view was like abnormally high. It was like, what is going on?
If that had gotten the same kind of traction as just like an RPG stream, like, dude, that would have been a breakout moment for HitPoint, I think, for sure. But it wasn't. So let's go back to SuperDerek channel, and we'll meet there not next week, but the week after that. I'm working on some sort of evolution, a V2 of HitPoint of sorts. So look forward to that. But hey, if you guys enjoyed today's show, consider subscribing. Or giving us a like on whatever podcast platform of choice you happen to be enjoying us on. And maybe if you're not already subscribed to the SuperDerek channel, maybe go subscribe there instead.
Yes, because we'll be there in like 2 weeks. You know what's happening in 2 weeks? Should we tell people what's happening in 2 weeks?
What's happening in 2 weeks?
TGS.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we're like, we'll go back to on the TGS show. We'll be back on Derek's channel. So next Sunday is, I think, the 21st.
Yep. We're coming back.
And the one after that is the 28th.
HitPoint's coming back for a new TGS stream. Let's go.
Yeah. So the 28th is going to be basically the end of TGS. And I'm going to have to be watching about 18 hours of things again.
Oh, man.
I'm going to be skipping some. But it's going to be a grand, huge, president, like huge show for the 28th.
Now, bro dude, man bro, sorry. I almost called you a different person's name. Bro dude man bro did say, what are we doing with this channel? To that I say, this was originally a channel called HitPoint Clips, and it was going to essentially just be a channel for clips of the HitPoint channel, maybe some shorts or something. It might end up going back to being that, or it might just be too much overhead to maintain a whole second channel. So we'll figure it out. But it'd be nice if I could just add them together, but I don't think YouTube lets you do that.
Fusion.
Yeah.
That's just right to YouTube. It's like, dude, YouTube, can you fuse these two channels? Like, we made a boo-boo, and we just don't need this anymore. Can you please?
Yep. So, figure maybe putting more eggs in one basket is actually the better choice in today's YouTube climate. So,
HitPoint archive.
Yeah. I mean, it will be doing that for sure as well. So,
Yeah.
not that I think anybody's going to want to go back and watch, 2-3-year-old HitPoint YouTube episodes, but actually I did end up using it for a video that I'm working on right now, chronicling the ongoing saga with First Press Games.
Speaking
There's a video
of,
I'm still working on.
When are they sending stuff to us? When are they? What's the latest? Did they
The
say
last I
anything yet?
saw, the last update I saw, they were taking a vacation for 2 weeks. That was literally the last update. I'm like, that's just absurd. That's just absolute. And the update prior to that was them saying, we are doing everything in our power to do things as quickly as possible. So that was a lie.
Chained Echo ongoing 2025. They say no months, just 2025. We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Preparing
about
for
that.
order. What does that even mean? Preparing for order. What are you ordering? What?
So here's the latest. You know how they had a printer who was like making their slip cases, and then they had to do some color matching and stuff. Well, the printer that they were going through went under, and so they had to start over with a whole new printer, and they have to start the color match process over again. That's I wish I was joking. It's not a joke. So
wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they also had a post talking about how the certain kind of color processing that they're doing requires a lot of trial and error because of like things that can change it, like humidity. There was a commenter who's like, we're multiple years behind schedule because of bad weather.
Oh
geez.
no. I
know.
love it. I love it. They're all just
It's
I love it.
just when I don't always use the word unmitigated, but seriously, they have no mitigations in place at this publishing company. So it has been just unmitigated misfortune, just over and over. Like, where's your contingencies, guys?
What contingency? What is this? What is this contingency that you speak of? What is that? What even is that?
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. We'll talk to you later. Have a good rest of your night, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya. For real this time.